Hi guys, I'm here to share a special video with you, which is the first of a 3-part series on helping us bring our energy back into balance. We are celebrating TRU Balance, our TRU Balance collection from now until August, and I'm going to be doing these videos to help share some steps that I feel has been helpful for myself and also for my clients in bringing more balance into your life and the different ways within each of those steps that you can do it. So it will be like covering like emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, energetic ways that we can do this. And the first step, which I will be focusing on today, will be to cleanse. We are doing a lot of cleansing right now. Naturally, our planet has been cleansing and purging. All the old stuff is coming up to be seen, addressed, and released so we can shift and transmute it into something more positive and a better way of living and having different perspective. So we're also doing that on an individual level. So if you may have noticed, and I don't know if everybody's experiencing this, but a lot of people are experiencing where old memories are coming up of things that were really hurtful or painful that might have happened in early childhood. A lot of our old traumas are really needing to be healed. And these are all aligned too with a lot of our behavioral patterns that we have that have been very hard to shift and change. And it seems like, you know, we think that we've made the changes or that we've healed them, and then all of a sudden it shows up again and it's like, why is this not going away? And there's layers to all of those, but a lot of them have the really like root of what has been causing those behaviors are buried deep in the subconscious a lot of the time. And so sometimes we can't reach those just by, acknowledging a piece or sometimes even through talking about it. We sometimes have to just go in a little bit deeper. And so cleansing is almost like a first step. So as things are coming up naturally, or you're feeling anything, allow it to come out. Allow one thing I really believe in is crying. I think it sounds so basic, but crying is a wonderful way to release. And not everybody does cry. Some people have a really hard time crying, and so they have to maybe either find another way to release that energy or find ways to help them bring up the emotion of crying. And it feels so much better once you get this out of your body, and crying can be done, in a private space that you can create for yourself, whether it be in your car or going somewhere, privately where you can be by yourself and allow yourself to feel whatever it is that's coming up and not push it back down, because pushing the emotion back down unfortunately can cause more depression, anxiety. It can create a lot of other things, even in the physical body, that we don't want to create. We want to release it so that we can bring in some more good things and shift our ways of seeing things and our perspectives. And when we're holding on to stuff, it's keeping us from doing that. And so we're really being asked to release and address. You have to let it come up, to look at it. And it's not easy to do by any means, but necessary and worth it. You will feel better afterwards, I promise. Other ways, screaming, yelling, like opening up your throat, sounding is a wonderful way to emotionally cleanse sometimes if something's coming up. Again, finding a place where you can do that by yourself, where you feel comfortable. Releasing, like if you're really angry about something, if something makes you really angry or frustrated, just letting it out instead of projecting it, because we're all probably projecting onto everybody. At times, I know I have, when I haven't addressed something that has come up, when it comes up, and stepped aside to address it first before entering into a situation where I might get triggered. And my emotion and projection has nothing to do with what anybody else is saying or doing, but it's just that emotion's being held there and it hasn't been released yet. So when you get triggered, it will naturally just come out in other ways. And so one of the things that is helpful is that when it does come up, to either, if you are in a situation where you don't feel like you can release it, like maybe step aside or know that it's there and almost like talk to it and say, you know what, I see you, I hear you, we will address this when I have the time. And maybe just take some time and bring up the whatever it was that you think triggered that emotion, and then hopefully it'll resurface again and you can, you know, let it out. So emotionally, those are some different ways that you can release now and cleanse. Another way that we want to cleanse is mentally, so we have more clarity, right? So we can be more sharp and we can really see things clearly. And you know, you can do that through talking therapeutically, of course, and you can also have you know, journaling is a wonderful way to get thoughts out on paper so you can see them and you can see the patterns. So those are great tools. The other wonderful way I feel like it's good to cleanse, that's super effective, is by clearing out spaces, clearing out your closet, clear out drawers, clear out any space that has any kind of clutter, anything that's been sitting for a long period of time that you haven't looked at, or that may not have been touched for a while, maybe has some dust on it. Make sure you're looking through those things and looking to see if they hold any relevance for you anymore. We're getting rid of old stuff, so this is very representative of, you know, things that have been sitting, that haven't been addressed, that haven't been given attention to, and may have a better purpose or a higher purpose with somebody else. So donating those things, going through them and seeing, you know, what is it that feels relevant to me, what is it that doesn't, and donating whatever doesn't, or selling, or whatever it is that feels right to you. When you know, like when you clear out a space, or you clear out your garage, or you clear out, you know, storage, or you clear out your, even clean your room, or whatever it might be, you feel better, you feel lighter. And that's because it is very, like, our outside of us is very representative of what's going on inside. They're connected. So it's another great practice to do. The other ways to cleanse is physically. I think that exercise or moving your body, any type of physical movement, is a wonderful way to physically cleanse, so that, you know, even bringing your heart rate up or breaking a sweat is really good to do, at least once, if you can, twice a day, even if both aren't as intense. Maybe you have a, you know, a stronger workout or exercise that really, where you really break a sweat, but you're still doing some type of movement at some other point in the day. I know a lot of people sit in front of a desk, you know, most of their workday are doing things where they're kind of stagnant, and it's really important to keep your energy moving, so, and your body moving, and obviously we know that it's good for your health. And if you can, I mean, some people aren't able to exercise, they're only able to, you know, move various different parts of their body. So whatever that is that you are able to move, or whatever is really, really all very significant and important. And there's lots of different, you know, obviously sports and running and walking and yoga and dancing. Dancing is so good, and it also raises your vibration. We know that when you exercise, your endorphins increase, and it helps you to feel good and helps you to feel better. And we want to be in a positive state of mind right now. We really want to raise our frequency so that we can see things from a more positive point of view and love more. We really need to love more. We need to love ourselves so that we can love others and see things from a more loving perspective, instead of, you know, some of the division that's been taking place. So it's very, very helpful to take care of yourself in that way. All of these things are self-care, really, and it's important for us to be loving ourselves right now, and exercising and taking care of your physical body is obviously very important. The other part of that physical piece would be to really mind what you're eating, and eat foods that are, you know, cleansing. You don't have to necessarily do a cleanse. Cleanses can be very helpful, but just even eating foods that are moving through your system and agree with your body. Everybody's body is different to what foods they respond to and what works for them. But noticing, like, what foods make you feel good, and keep your system regular, and having, like, drinking lots of water, and having lots of greens and things that will naturally detox are really, really, really good. They keep your immune system up too. I mean, if you're doing that on a regular basis, your immune system stays pretty high, and that's obviously very helpful right now, and always. I always talk about the immune system. I've been doing that from day one. It's very, very important. And so that's another way to physically cleanse, is to be paying attention to the foods that resonate on that level for you. And then energetically and spiritually, I feel like there's a lot of different ways we can do that, which obviously through energy work and is one way. Reiki is something everybody's pretty familiar with, but there's plenty of different healing practices that help cleanse the chakra system, cleanse different blockages in that we might be holding on to in different parts of our bodies, where we might even be feeling it physically. So energy work is obviously can be always good with somebody you trust and have had good experience with, or can be highly recommended. I do crystal therapy, mineral spirit therapy, and that's a wonderful way to also unblock different areas and cleanse different areas of the body and become aware of what's actually happening on many levels to indicate various different things that help you with your healing process. But I also feel like water is huge in also cleansing on an energetic and spiritual level, even though it's a physical thing. When we take a shower and we even set the intention of just releasing and letting go, that's really powerful. Taking a bath with Epsom salt, going in the ocean, jumping in the lake, any water, pool, obviously baths with salts are really, really helpful in releasing and detoxing. But even just, going in any water and setting that intention to just cleanse and release is going to be that much more powerful. But it's going to be doing that for you anyway, I believe. Water is a really powerful cleanser. Drinking it or surrounding yourself with it. And so I really love the feeling of how it, I feel physically after, and probably affects me emotionally, mentally. All of these things kind of cross over. If I'm feeling like I have a lot of stuff going on and I'm needing to release, I always feel a lot better after I take a bath or I take a shower or I take a nice swim. It does shift your energy almost immediately. So the last thing I'm going to talk about are the crystals that I would recommend to help with cleansing as a tool. There are a couple of them fall in our TRU Balance collection, and some of them are in a different collection that we have, but all in all assist with clearing and cleansing. So the first stone I'm going to talk about is citrine, which is our June stone of the month. If you haven't seen the video, check it out on YouTube. It is a wonderful, wonderful cleanser. It's also a stone that brings joy and regenerates your energy. It actually also helps with releasing and assisting with depression, fear, anger. It's really good for cleansing a lot of these emotions that we're holding on to and, helping transmute them. So citrine, most people are, familiar with. It's a very common stone, but it is a really very useful, and, carry it in your pocket, do a little meditation with it, place it on your solar plexus if that's where you're holding a lot of your emotions, and really wonderful in jewelry as well. Sometimes it'll bring up stuff for you to clear, and sometimes it'll just kind of clear things without you even realizing, and you just feel better. So definitely one of my favorites. Check out our video, it's on our website as well. The other stone I want to talk about is orange calcite. Orange calcite is actually very cleansing as well, but it's also a joyful stone. Really, really great. It looks like a piece of citrus. So it looks and feels clean, but it is very uplifting. It definitely has a very uplifting quality. So also helps with calming fear and anxiety, depression, focuses on the solar plexus and the sacral, but also wonderful, you know, and the physically, I think the bladder and that area, more closer to the sacral area. So cleansing all of the stuff that might get held or blocked there. You can place this in that area and do a little meditation and ask for it to clear, to bring up anything that you need to see to release, and ask it to assist in helping you do that. But yeah, another wonderful one. Both of those, citrine and orange calcite, are part of our TRU Balance line. So the other stone, crystal quartz, everybody knows about pretty much. It's very common. Is part of our TRU Peace line, but it's actually a very, very good cleanser. It actually cleanses and also keeps things cleansed. It's wonderful for balancing the chakras, all the chakras, and aligning them, but it is wonderful for drawing energy out. You know, if you have a point like this one, we have some of these that we're selling. We also have, you know, chunks of crystal quartz, and if you have the points, those are the ones, like if you're wearing them, that really kind of pull energy in particular directions. So this one is a double terminated, so depending on how you're wearing it or using it, it's going to pull the energy for wherever the point is pointing toward. So they're nice and clear and beautiful, and we love those. The last one I'm going to talk about is, and actually I am wearing crystal quartz. I'm pretty much always wearing crystal quartz. There's a few stones that I typically wear most of the time, and crystal quartz is one of them. So you see my points kind of pointing down and cleansing the energy down and out. So the last one I'm going to talk about is selenite, which a lot of people are familiar with as well. This is a selenite wand, which we have both in the smooth and the rough, and you can use it for many different ways. One of them is to, like, if you want to kind of clear your aura, clear your energy, you can just kind of comb the outside of your body, setting the intentions of releasing and clearing anything that, you know, might be stuck, or if there's any blockages, and to just ask that it's cleared. The nice thing about selenite is that it's a self cleanser, so you don't have to cleanse selenite, which is really nice. This and I believe kyanite are the two that you do not have to cleanse. There might be another one I'm not thinking of in the moment, but they raise the vibration around you, within you. They also help you connect with higher, your higher guidance system, but placing them in like a in your bedroom, under the bed. A lot of people like to sleep with selenite under the bed, so it keeps your energy, you know, clear, and is doing healing while you sleep. That's always lovely. And then also in your windows, it can keep the energy coming in and out nice and clear. You know, that really is a wonderful way to keep your space clear. They're wonderful to use for that purpose. They have many others, but that's, you know, obviously our focus right now. And you can wear selenite too. We do jewelry with selenite, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and look out for our other two videos coming up in the next couple of months. And we would love for you to send us any questions if you have any regarding what we just talked about, or any requests for anything that you would like us to share more about. And if you like this video, please give it a like, and please contact us at TRUByNicole.com if you would like to become part of the TRU Tribe and receive our monthly newsletter and find out all of what's happening. Hope all of you are well. Look forward to talking or seeing you soon. Love you.